Hey everyone, welcome back to another video on crypto wisdom. In this video, we are going to discuss about liquidity lock. So stay tuned to know more about what my views are on liquidity lock and why is it important for certain projects and why is it not actually needed for certain other projects. This is Mr. Aslan. Crypto education is my passion, guys. I'm not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice. This is purely done for educational purposes only. Now let's quickly understand what is liquidity lock. Now, liquidity lock is something similar to you locking your money somewhere in a safe deposit and just forgetting about it, or throwing the keys out to the lake. Something similar to that. So no one has access to that particular money. If you want a hardcore definition, well, here I have it. Liquidity lock is about renouncing the ownership of liquidity pool tokens for a fixed time period by sending them to a time lock smart contract. Without ownership of liquidity pool tokens, developers cannot get liquidity pool funds back. This provides confidence to the investors that the token developers will not run away with the liquid money. Now, is this really true? Well, to a certain extent, I strongly agree that yes, liquidity lock is needed. But what kind of projects really do need this liquidity lock, and what kind of projects can definitely not do liquidity lock and still be trusted? And even if you have a liquidity lock in certain projects, what are the problems that the project owners might face? So these are the three things which I will go ahead and discuss in this video. So stay tuned for till the end of the video to understand what liquidity lock is and understand whether it's really a gimmick, whether it's really needed, or what would be the problems that would definitely be caused by having liquidity locked. Yes, and I will give you a live scenario that has happened recently with one of the project also, guys. So that would give you a clear-cut example as to why I'm saying that yes, it would definitely pose some problems as well. Now, the first and foremost question: why do you need to lock your liquidity? Especially in certain projects which are meme tokens or meme coin projects, they definitely should and must have liquidity locked. And why is that I'm saying this for meme coin projects? Because meme coins are created just for fun and just from community based, right? So on those grounds, they are having big promises, but nothing has been yet delivered, right? Tomorrow I can come out with a coin by name of Super Floki Shiba Inu and then tell you that I'm going to build a metaverse and I'm going to build a game, I'm going to come out with NFTs. Well, yes, everyone speaks about metaverse, everyone speaks about NFTs, everyone speaks about GameFi and play to earn games. But do you really have the resources backing it to go ahead and justify your claims that you're going to get them done? Absolutely not in these sort of meme projects, because they build as and when time passes by, and you cannot trust a meme coin project as you trust a utility based project. So taking these aspects into consideration, any meme token that is going to be released, I would definitely look out. Personally, I would definitely look out for a liquidity lock to happen. Now, the second question is, does liquidity lock really matter for certain other projects? Well, it does not. It is not needed for all the projects which are coming out in crypto, especially the ones which have true utility built into it. Like take for example some of the top tokens that are there, be it Ethereum, be it Bitcoin, be it Solana, XRP, Cardano. These do not have liquidity locks. Why is that so? Do they really need them? Absolutely not, because they have their utility built up. They have their own blockchains. They have their own mechanism through which the token is supposed to be used. They are utility tokens. They're not meme coins, right? And people know what the use case of that specific project is. Those are the tokens which have trust built through products, and the same similar crypto projects which would be released. Those projects do not need a liquidity lock. Now, before I get into the third point in terms of how liquidity lock might create a bit of a problem, I will go ahead and take up two projects, one on the Ethereum side, one on the Binance Smart Chain side, just to cover both the chains and give you a rough idea on how it is and what is it that happened in this specific project, which I have also seen in many other projects as well. But what in this specific project happened due to liquidity lock being done and what problems it created. So before I go to that, let me just take up two projects. One is Jetstar, which is on the Binance Smart Chain, and they recently launched their new token into the ecosystem, that is CRED. Now, CRED has a total supply of 10 trillion tokens. Just keep this in mind, the total supply is 10 trillion tokens. Now, the next project that I'm speaking is on the Ethereum side, that is Archangel token. And One thing which I like about this is also an ecosystem that is going to be built. So I have taken two separate tokens which are ecosystem based tokens and which have true utility built to them. Now with Archangel, it has a total supply of 100 quadrillion. I'll head over to Etherscan, this is what you have. But when it comes to Cred has a total supply of just 10 trillion. Now the reason you see 109 billion here is Cred has a minting mechanism. It is not having the total supply out in the market right now because it has a minting function. It can only mint a certain amount of tokens in a certain period of time. Now moving on to what has happened with these two projects. Now first and foremost, Cred is not a meme token. Why is it that I say that this is not a meme token? The utility of Cred is not limited to the project of Jetstar. It's not limited to a specific game. Cred will be the in-game currency for all games that would be coming out from Jetstar. Cred will be the in-game currency for all the games that would be coming out in partnership with Skill Games. Cred will be the currency which will be utilized in Agora Marketplace, which will be used for transacting NFTs from AAA artists. And this is the first part of utility, guys. This is limited to what Jetstar's ecosystem is. Now, coming out of the Jetstar's ecosystem, currency as a service is what Cred will be sold as. That means that Cred would be utilized in many other games or game developers themselves in their own built games as in-game currency. They do not need to launch a new token from their side, get into crypto as such directly. Indirect method, they are actually part of crypto, right? How cool would that be? So taking in all these aspects is why I am quoting that this is not a meme coin, because the utility of this token was planned well in advance and all other stuff was being made ready even before the token actually launched. So that's the reason I'm saying here, do you really need a liquidity lock? Well, I'll tell you what happens with liquidity lock when it comes to Cred. If in case you have a liquidity lock over here, the supply is just 10 trillion tokens. Now, if in case any of the big game developers or game industries out there want to go ahead and build a game and want to utilize Cred as an in-game currency, now they need to obviously allocate a portion from this liquidity alone. Now, if liquidity is locked, then these tokens from the liquidity pool cannot be moved out for these other projects which are asking for it. Now, you may argue that, okay, you can have a set portion of liquidity locked on PancakeSwap for public trading and then another set of liquidity which can be created for all those future aspects in terms of growth and stuff. But that would only create more issues, because imagine that there is an upgrade or a change that is made to a contract and probably I'm just saying it may or may not happen. Probably in the near future, they might have to relaunch with a new contract address. And this happened with the next project, Archangel. I'll tell you more details on that when we get to that. So if in case such a thing happens and liquidity is locked in multiple places, then it's a mess to move around your entire tokens. To avoid all that fuss, leaving liquidity unlocked would give you a lot more playroom in terms of moving assets and moving funds, which is much more easier as compared to you locking the liquidity and just letting it stay aside, which ideally is not needed in this project because it's not a meme token. As simple as that. Now, coming over to Archangel, Archangel has locked its liquidity. It has a total supply of 100 quadrillion. That gives it itself, the supply itself gives it more room in terms of having a movement done in to any of the other liquidity pools that it may require in the future. The main reason being the supply, right? So 53 quadrillion supply is quite huge compared to just 10 trillion supply, guys. Taking these aspects into consideration, yes, they have locked the liquidity. But what was the problem that created when they moved or upgraded their contract? Now, when this movement happened, the liquidity had not pulled out. The main reason being it was locked. And due to this, many people were still transacting on the older contract. Now, what happened to all those money? Absolutely lost. This is the major problem that was faced. Now, this is not a problem from the token per se. The main reason here being all information was passed out, but well, there was still trading going on the old contract for quite some time. And it's not just 1 day or 2 days, guys. It went on for, I believe, 1.5 week duration. There was still trading going on. This is the major problem that occurs when you have liquidity lock. When you move your contract to a new version and you have a locked liquidity, you are not able to do anything with that liquidity. One more project which had this same problem was Meals token, which I have also been covering in my YouTube channel. So Meals token also had this locked liquidity, and they are unable to pull out their funds from the locked liquidity. The main reason here being they have upgraded and relaunched their token, and that funds are still sitting there, right? Until unless the locking period is gone, they wouldn't be able to withdraw that. So if you look at it in one side, all these true utility projects are definitely hindered by the progress in terms of having a locked liquidity in place. But when it comes to meme tokens, I strongly advise liquidity lock should be the first top priority factor, because let me show you a quick stats on DEX tools. If you come down to DEX tools, this is what you have. These are the live new pairs. If you come down here to DEX tools and click on live new pairs, just go ahead and do that. In a day, you can see almost thousands of coins that have been, tokens I would say, that have been listed. Now if you just scroll down under each one of them, you can see all this rug pulled, that's down by 99%, and all those stuff which are there, rug pulled. So all these are meme tokens which are coming out just for making money, and most of them, they do not actually even look at the projects. And this is the hard truth, guys. They do not look at the project. They just go ahead and look at the token. They just take up and go ahead and purchase it, just in the aspect of seeing some growth or probably potentially a 2x, 3x, 5x. But what you are missing out without you doing your research is either you're getting into a potential rug pull or you're getting into a honeypot. So these aspects are supposed to be very much taken into consideration whenever you're doing your own research. If it is a meme token, have liquidity locked as a mandate. That's my honest suggestion, or my personal thought or research that I do when I go ahead and purchase cryptos. But when it is a crypto that has a true utility built into it, liquidity lock can be one of the aspects, but need not be a mandatory aspect. But even after this, if you still feel a little insecure, the best option, stay away from it. There are many other good projects that are out there in crypto that would come out in the future or that are already existing. Go ahead and invest there. So this is it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Have fun and take care. And if you're still not subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscribe button and the like button. And if in case you have any other topics or doubts in terms of general crypto questions, please do let me know in the comment section below. I'll probably try to answer them in the comments, or if they require a separate video to be done, which would benefit a lot many people on the same aspect, I'm more than happy to do that as well. So any other suggestions that you have also, you can go ahead and put that out in the comment section. Thank you so much once again, guys. Take care.